Hey guys, happy Monday. Chomsky here. I just want to quickly talk about this fragment fusion fragment event calendar and really just to tell you guys just to be patient. Really, that's it. Be patient. Um, you know, yeah, today's the first day. And we're gonna get a boatload of things dropping today, but like really we don't have to do anything. Um, Today's going to be a really chill day for this guy because we know that CVC is starting tomorrow and it's a personal rewards. So, Dragon Tournament starting today and champ training. Okay. Uh, that's a temptation, but I don't want it. Um, so, you could just sit tight, wait, accumulate those points, try to grab as much energy as you can, and sit tight. Wait for that, man. Double dip, triple dip actually, because if you wait till tomorrow, you get Dungeon Diving, Dragon Tournament, Champ Training, and CBC personal reward time. That's a quad dip, and that's our best. That's the best. That's the best time. Um, yeah. So so hold tight, man. Um, we got gear enhancement again during CVC. Uh, and then it's gonna end, and then Ice Golem starts, so that's okay. Um, Typical weekend stuff, classic arena with a summon rush, so that's okay. Save those fusions, save those fusible champs, and go nuts. Uh, I'll tell you my plan. Um, so like, let me move that out of the way. So we have if you saved, you have Artor right there. That's a freebie. That's some solid points. Um, so I'm gonna wait. I don't want to do them during CVC, so that's fine. But these are solid points, so I'm just waiting on that one. And then I gotta make some more Justicars. Uh, I need to find more Spirit Hosts. So this is what I'm gonna be spending some energy on today uh, in campaign and just trying to farm spirit hosts because I have everybody else, you know, and that's really our missing piece here. And then I could get more relic keepers, and that's gonna help me out with um, the summon rush element. So we just gotta be smarter about it, uh, and that's really it. And then, what do we have? We have another champ training. So use that with the summon rush, you know, bump them up, get those cheap points. And then we have dungeon divers again with spider tournament. So definitely going to have that overlap there with yet another gear enhancement. We have three of them happening. So just work your, work your items to 15 and then wait until these gear enhancements and bump them up to 16. Don't go overboard on this one because really you want to wait till this one. You want to wait till the third one because your silver may be diminished by that time. So just be mindful of it. You know, like right now, going into Wednesday, just honestly, I'm bumping up my items to 15, and then just waiting until these gear enhancements, and then bumping them to 16. And that's going to happen during CVC, so that's also a point. Um, Kind of did us dirty here. We have Fire Knight here. I think it's usually Fire Knight in the middle, but that's fine. Um, Fire Knight's Fire Knight, and then we have Champ Chase. Um, okay, we get 25 points there. So in reality, for me, I am gonna skip uh, Ice Golem most likely. Um, don't really care too much for Ice Golem, and I'll just be running Fire Knight instead because that's also going to line up with Dungeon Divers. You know, um, I should have enough to from Dragon, you know, tomorrow. So then we have another classic arena, and that's fine. So right now, again, just what I'm doing. I Usually on Mondays, I will go nuts in arena and grab extra rewards awards. Sorry, because I still need to finish off my Great Hall. I still have these two left. So usually my practice is bumping it up as quickly as I can on Monday morning when I log in, and then just grabbing those rewards, those apologies, awards, those medals. So this way I get more, and then coast throughout the week. But I also want the easier arena battles, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to, I'm just going to be doing some campaign. I should be okay for the champ chase slash summoning rush. Um, I want to get more ancients because I typically use those during the summoning rush. Um, the voids and primals, they're okay. And, we just had that 2x ancients. So we may have a 2x sacred if everything lines up. Um, this weekend, I know they did the pull one get one. So uh, that might happen, but no idea. Um, and I don't have any remnants. We also have Curse City that is going to be reset in a few. So, I try to save those stages where I'm gonna get those energy drops, uh, just to line them up with dungeon divers. Um, just be smart about it. These are rewards. Let's be cool. Stay calm. I save my energy until usually the next day. Um, like we're gonna get some in. I think clan clan shop. Um, we'll find out tomorrow. I think it's that rotation that it's usually here or here, but either way, we'll have there's something there. So I think honestly, just be patient. Uh, stay calm. Uh, and we'll get him. I still think he's one to go after. He's not a Sylvan Watcher. He is a Shadowkin. I still think he's a dude to go after. Um, we it was teased about trials and faction wars, and I think if it's kind of like Chimera, I think that these are going to come in handy. You know, and again, to have black damage is pretty sweet just because of all the lack of healing, lack of reviving, and Shadowkin is rough, but it's okay. So I don't think he's going to be a must, but judging from what Hades and Nub did on their test servers, I think from what I saw, he does smack and like the ridiculous gear that they have. Um, I think he's solid. I think he's a good B plus. I don't think he's A tier by any stretch, but I think he'll get there. Um, but yeah, that's just what I'm doing for my my calendar. Hopefully this helps you, and yeah, let's let's get it done. All right, bye guys.